Welcome to Edged Mindset. I'm your host, Carter. Here on this channel, we do what we want, we buy what we want, we like what we want, and we don't take free crap from anybody. Sorry, little intro there in response to some questions and comments that I get on this channel. I don't want to address it specifically in a video, but I figure since I'm doing kind of more of a show and tell here, maybe I would bring it up. Any of the stuff you see on this channel, I pay for, I trade for, I get. Nothing is given to me for free. Nothing has been loaned to me, although I am 100% open for somebody loaning me stuff to feature on this channel for a shout out or whatever. But no free stuff. None. And for a while, I thought I wanted to do that. You know, I see some of these promotional things, people getting these packages, but I realized I don't want any of that stuff. No offense. No offense to people out there that like a lot of those knives. I understand 100% that they fill a certain niche. And I'm talking, you know, some of the lower end Civivis and the Kaisers. I'm not knocking those knives at all. Those are great. I started with those. And occasionally I'll pick one up because I think it's a cool, refreshing design. But I don't really want to be one of those people that get those giant packages full of a bunch of lower end Civivi knives, and then I'm supposed to do videos on them. And I do videos on stuff I like, stuff I want, stuff that tickles my tickles my pickle. That's what I do on this channel. So I am not a shill for Microtech. I've had people accuse me. I don't think anybody is. I don't think Microtech gives any sort of partnerships with anybody. I could be wrong, but I don't think even the largest of YouTube channels, I don't think Microtech would send them anything, or any of the larger companies. Some of the smaller ones, for sure. I know Axial, OTFs, and a few others might do it. And of course, like the ones I mentioned, you know, Civivi, Wee Knives, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think anybody's a shill for Microtech because they don't really need it. But anyways, so that's that. Just calling that out. I get a lot of comments about that, about me. So, and why is that important? Well, that's important because it means that my reviews are honest, 100% honest, or whatever you call them, reviews, show and tells, 100% from the heart honest. Biased? Oh, yes. Very, very biased. Don't get me wrong. When I say honest, I don't mean biased. I am very biased. I have things that I like, and they're different than things you like. And there's reasons why I buy knives that are different than reasons you buy knives. So I'm 100% biased to say why I like something. And my biasism, is that a word? Ebbs and flows. You know, sometimes I am way into a particular brand like Microtech. Other times I'm not, and I can kind of call some of the BS a little bit more easily than other times. But anyway, so biased, but 100% honest. So what do we have here? We have an unfortunate event. I sold this knife. And it's one of those things where as I'm getting it packaged up, I'm like starting to regret it. And I'm like, was that a poor decision? I think it may have been a poor decision. But I can't go back on our deal now. And it's not a matter of money. It's just more a matter of, I really like this one. It's one of those things where when it was sitting in my storage package and I'm thinking of how I can just raise some more capital to get some new stuff, I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't really need that, and blah, blah, blah. I've got enough Microtechs, you know, I'll throw it up for sale. But then when I actually put it up for sale, I kind of regret it. So here it is. This is the Microtech Combat Troodon Antiqued Bronze Tanto blade. Really like this one. It's cool. So here's the deal. The handle is anodized, because I remember when I was looking at these, I wasn't sure. I was like, is this Cerakoted? Is it like painted? What's going on here? It is anodized, which is very, very cool. However, it is not type 3 hard anodized like you would get on the normal handles. So if you buy like a black Microtech handle, and I believe the other colors too, blue, red, it's a type 3 hard anodization, which is a very wear resistant coating that you can put on aluminum. military spec, blah, 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 if you care about that. But it's a very wear resistant. I think particularly the black is very wear resistant. It's the strongest anodization you can get. This is more of the type 2 anodization, so it's really more for show. So it changes the color. It adds a minor bit of protection, especially from oxidization, because yes, aluminum will oxidize when exposed to the elements. Protects against that, does a little bit of surface protection, but it's not as robust as the black. So the point is, what I'm telling you for is it's not a very strong finish. In fact, this whole knife has a fairly delicate finish, including this bronzing. So this bronzing is done by heating up the steel, similar to what you see on the Medford Vulcan finish. Except it's just done consistently to get a single color and not like multiple swirls and kind of unique colorization. It's done similar to that. So it's really just a forced oxidization layer on the blade. So it's not super robust compared to, of course, compared to DLC, but even compared to kind of a painted coating or a gun coat, Cerakote, anything like that. It's a lot more fragile, so it will come off with use. Same with the handle. If you carry these kind of knives, you're going to start seeing marks on it. In my opinion, there's no problem with that because it'll actually add to kind of the aesthetic of the antiqued finish that is on these knives. I especially like the pocket clip. This is part of the Signature series. This is a low number too, number 18. Man, dang it. Number 18, antique bronze. Really cool knife. Really sad I'm letting this go, but got to stop thinking about it. I like the Signature line. I like how it has less bling on it. I like how it's not completely covered in logos and things like that. And I've spoken about that before. Now, one thing I don't love about this is I don't really love the Tanto. It's not my favorite. I like the overall shape. I don't really like what's going on here. And this is just aesthetic reasons, not function reasons. I don't like the groove with all the holes in it. In fact, when it comes to Microtech, that's my least favorite thing that they do. However, on this one, it just bugs me more, I think, because it starts with these bigger slots and then they get smaller. Just don't really like it. I would much prefer just a solid blade, or actually just no holes, right? I would just like this fuller to run up the top. To me, that would make it super nice. I like the overall shape of the Tanto. Everything is good on it. Razor sharp, just like Microtech usually does. Nice thick stock and a robust tip on there. I just don't like those holes in the fuller if I could make a choice. But at the end of the day, I am reducing my Microtech collection. Probably only going to have 2 Combat Troodons. I'm keeping all of my Scarabs and probably selling all of my Dirac Deltas if I can move them. We'll see. I have a Dirac Delta in the antiqued bronze as well. I don't think I'm going to do a video on it. It's not as impressive as this one. One thing I've noticed with the antiqued bronze finish, it just looks so much better when you have details like this because you get the dark inside of these milled grooves here. With the Dirac Delta, since it's all smooth, it isn't as impressive. You don't get this kind of detail in the contrast here. It's just kind of, dark and then fades to brown and then dark. Still looks okay, but not as good as this. So if you're going to get the antiqued bronze finish, I would get Troodon or Combat Troodon to get kind of some of these details, and then whatever blade that you think is cool. Yeah, so here's a little show and tell for the Combat Troodon, not a review. Just showing off this really cool looking, low numbered, why am I selling this knife? All right, guys, I am out of here. Catch you next time on the No Shill Channel Edge Mindset. All right, guys, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the channels that get free stuff. I'm not knocking them. That's what they do. But I just don't think I want to do that, even if an opportunity did arise. Or maybe I'm just jealous. Could be that as well. All right, guys, I'm out. See you later.